Hello, I am Lawrence Skuvanek, President of Texas Tech University. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to this, the August 2020 virtual commencement of Texas Tech University. Please join me in a moment of reflection for our national anthem performed by the faculty membership of the Texas Tech University School of Music. Graduation is one of those special days in your life. This day represents the culmination of an incredible amount of work, determination, and sacrifice by you, but also by your family and all those who supported you. And what you've achieved is not diminished because we will gather to watch this virtual commencement ceremony on your television, laptops, or phones. As I told the graduates in May, it is not the graduation ceremony you would have ever envisioned when you began your college studies at Texas Tech. I would much rather be standing in front of you in the presence of your loved ones at the United Supermarkets Arena instead of looking into this camera. But we must not let the circumstances we face dampen our spirit of celebration for all that you, the August class of 2020, has accomplished. For some, graduation represents another step in your academic journey, and for others, the beginning of a completely new chapter of your life. The pathway to this moment has presented obstacles, academic, personal, financial. But you have overcome those obstacles and met the challenges that were presented to you. That is why today we celebrate your spirit and your perseverance. These unprecedented times provide us with a valuable lesson on just how quickly life circumstances can change. But despite the challenges and the uncertainties we are facing, it is important to remember that your time at Texas Tech has prepared you for this moment and for your future. As Texas Tech has evolved into a world-class institution of higher education, we have remained true to what distinguishes our university: a sense of family, a place where students come first, and our graduates not only excel in their profession, but are leaders in their communities and known for their generosity and compassion. As a Tier 1 research institution, we play a critical role in providing solutions that impact the quality of life, not only in West Texas, but in the entire state and the nation. These traits of the Red Raider family have been so evident as we have responded to this pandemic. It's in our DNA as Red Raiders to roll up our sleeves, go to work, and face our challenges head on. As August 2020 graduates, the skills and the character you have developed while a student at Texas Tech will position you to make special contributions now and in the future. That's what it means to be Red Raiders. Today, your immediate connection to Texas Tech is changing, but you remain a part of the Texas Tech family, a family that is built on close personal relationships, common experiences, and a love and passion for a place where you spent some of the most defining years of your life. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ted Mitchell, Chancellor of the Texas Tech University System.
From the Texas Tech University System, welcome to graduation. I realize this is very different than what we're all used to with traditional graduation ceremonies. And if you think about it for just a minute, all of the degrees that you're getting now are representations of your ability to solve problems. And in this particular environment, this is a perfect example of what that means. Finding yourself with a challenge, looking for an opportunity related to that challenge, and then making the best of it. So those of you that are graduating today, think about this for just a moment. This is not the first challenge that we've faced as a nation. Look at your parents. Most of your parents would have lived through things like the Cuban Missile Crisis, the assassination of a president, the assassination of Martin Luther King. In the 70s, they would have lived through things like the Watergate crisis, the Arab oil embargo, the Iranian hostage situation. In the 80s, they would have been around during the collapse of the Soviet Union and the falling of the Berlin Wall. And most of you then were born by the time that we had to face things like the Y2K bug, the 2000 dot-com bubble burst with the economy really tanking at that time. And then of course, there was September 11th. Your parents and you have lived through either one or even two wars in Iraq. The point with all of this is that as a nation, and as a people, we've had to deal with crisis time and again and again. But I want you to remember something. Think back on your own childhood. Think back on what your parents did for you. During any of these times of crisis, what your families would do, what your parents would do, is they would still get up every morning, they'd fix you breakfast with a smile, they would get you ready for school, they would go to work, they would save money to prepare for your future. So here you are today. You're now receiving degrees that will allow you to do things that very few people in society can do. The educations that you've received and the degrees that you're being awarded today are representative of your ability to face challenges, overcome them, and not just survive, but thrive. So, as part of this historical, virtual graduation ceremony, I would ask that you reflect for just a few minutes about the challenges that in your lifetime we have faced as a nation, about the challenges that your parents faced. And as you look forward, think about the things you can do to make this world a better place for those that will come after you, including someday your own children. Just remember always to strive for honor. And now it's my great privilege to introduce Chairman Christopher Huckabee, a graduate of Texas Tech University, and he will bring you a welcome on behalf of our Board of Regents.
Thank you, Chancellor Mitchell. On behalf of the Texas Tech University System Board of Regents, welcome to virtual graduation, and congratulations to the parents, family members, and friends who join us today. This is a time of celebration, not only for each graduate, but also for our faculty who've invested themselves in each of our graduates this year. As a Texas Tech alum and fellow Red Raider, I pay tribute to those of you who will receive your diplomas today. The fact that you have reached this milestone is a sign of your commitment and dedication. You earned this degree through hard work and determination. We congratulate you. You pushed through the obstacles and you made it to this point. Well done. I'm sure many of you are already thinking fondly of the memories you created as a student at Texas Tech. As for some of those memories, I have advice. Sometimes what happened in Lubbock just needs to stay in Lubbock. I know that many of you are excited for this day so you can depart to that new job, the new city, or that next big adventure. But the longer you're away from Texas Tech, the more you will realize it's those little things that make being a Red Raider so special. You will come to realize the special traditions that hold all Red Raiders together and make us in many respects a family. Someday you'll be in a faraway city and you'll notice a double T on the car in front of you, or you'll see someone proudly wearing a Texas Tech shirt. You'll feel an instant urge to get your guns up high. Again, a bit of advice. That guns up thing in the airport security line does not always work, as our friends at TSA just don't seem to understand. So be careful with that one. Even when you aren't wearing red and black on the outside, I hope that you will always have it in your heart. Regardless of what you do, I am confident that you will become part of another tradition at Texas Tech. Graduates who've become leaders in their families and their communities. Maybe you'll go on to become rich and famous. Maybe you'll lead corporations, states, or even our nation. Regardless of where your career path leads, try to live by the words of the Matador song. Strive for honor evermore. If you do that, you will always find success. To all graduates today, congratulations. Please keep in touch. You are always welcome here. And as always, God bless Texas Tech.
Thank you, Chairman Huckabee. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Regent Ginger Carrick. Ms. Carrick is the Deputy Director of the Exploration, Integration, and Sciences Directorate at NASA at Johnson Space Center in Houston. She began working for NASA as a summer intern in 1991 and started her first permanent assignment in May 1994 as a materials research engineer. In 1995, she was reassigned to the Mission Operations Directorate as an instructor for the International Space Station Environmental and Life Support System. She served as NASA's first Russian training integration instructor in 1997, providing support to the first crew that would live on board the International Space Station. In 2001, Ms. Carrick was selected as the first non-astronaut capsule commander, the person in mission control who speaks to the on-orbit crew. She was appointed a flight director in February of 2005, becoming the first female Hispanic flight director in NASA's history. She has been recognized by the Texas Governor's Commission for Women for her outstanding leadership and service to the nation's space program, as well as her commitment to inspire others through giving back. In 2006, she was one of 5 women named to the Texas Women's Hall of Fame and was recognized as a distinguished alumna in 2012 by the Texas Tech Alumni Association. Ms. Carrick is a native of El Paso and a 2-time Texas Tech graduate receiving a bachelor and a master's degree in physics. The entire Texas Tech community is proud of Ginger Carrick, and we are honored that she is addressing our graduates today.
Hello, class of 2020. I am Ginger Carrick, and I am very grateful to have the privilege of speaking to you today, my fellow Red Raiders, to congratulate you on an extraordinary achievement. You have had to overcome so much more than any graduating class that I know of. During my senior year, my biggest worries were oversleeping and missing an exam, or wondering if my boyfriend would get a job offer in the same city as I did, or hoping that I would gather all the data I needed to defend my master's thesis on time. I cannot imagine having had to deal with those standard graduation worries at the same time of dealing with a worldwide pandemic. Now, while that pandemic may have made things more difficult than you would like over the last 5 months, I really hope that you don't let what the pandemic took away from you be your focus right now. I hope that you can find some time today to think back on all of the positive events that have led you to this point in your lives. The support you received from your family, the friends you made, the memories that you've put in place, and start looking forward to the next phase of your lives. To those of you that have lined up a job, or you have chosen to continue your education, I wish you the best of luck. I'm so happy for you. But for those of you that had a plan but are now unsure of how it's all going to turn out, given the circumstances in the world, I just encourage you to have faith. I've been working at NASA for 28 years, and I have had a career here beyond my wildest dreams. But you know what? The career that I have had wasn't even close to the one that I imagined for myself when I was in your shoes on graduation day 30 years ago. 2 months before my graduation, I had a job offer from NASA in my hand. But then the president declared a nationwide hiring freeze on all federal agencies, and my plans were ruined. The hiring freeze lasted several months, but I was finally able to get into NASA. Then, roughly a year into my employment at NASA, I applied for my dream job of being an astronaut. I was selected for interviews, and during the interviews, they discovered that I had kidney stones, which was a lifetime medical disqualification. Now, my issues certainly were not the extent of dealing with a worldwide pandemic, but they were two major events in my life that were beyond my control, that impacted the direction that I wanted my life to go. Some of you may be facing similar situations right now. Some of the obstacles you may be facing are more of a pebble size, like the hiring freeze was for me. For those, I encourage you to tackle them head on. Move those pebbles out of your way, figure out a way to work around them, and continue down the path that you have set for yourself. But some of the obstacles may be more like huge boulders, like those big kidney stones were for me. And no matter how hard you try to move those big boulders out of your way, they seem to be unsurmountable. For those types of obstacles, don't waste your time and energy. If they are blocking the path that you want to take, be courageous and go down a new road. Chart a new course. I'll tell you what, I am so glad I had those kidney stones. I am so glad that I did not become an astronaut. The career path that I have had at NASA because of that roadblock has been far more rewarding than anything I could have ever envisioned for myself when I was sitting in your shoes. I've been an instructor for the astronauts. I've lived in Russia. I've worked in Russian mission control, U.S. mission control. I've served as a flight director in charge of mission control. And I never would have gone down those paths had I not been bold enough to choose a new path. So don't let today get you down. I know it's hard, but have faith. Have a positive attitude and be open to changing your course. Remember, you are fearless champions, fueled by Raider power. You are well equipped to handle anything that this life throws at you, and you have a family in the Red Raider Nation ready to support you and cheer you along. So once again, congratulations, best of luck, and Recom Tech.
Thank you, Regent Carrick. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speakers. We asked these students what it meant to them to graduate from Texas Tech, and they will share those impressions with us now. Our graduate speaker is Armando Elizalde Velasquez, graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Toxicology. And our undergraduate speaker is Rachel Givens, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology.
Graduating with a PhD from Texas Tech University means the accomplishment of a goal that I set for myself 10 years ago. It comes with a lot of pride and a great responsibility, being the first in my family to earn a PhD from a worldwide recognized university. 3 years ago, when I received my letter of admission from Texas Tech University, I remember being very excited about the possibility of pursuing an education in the United States. But at the same time, I remember being a little bit worried for not being able to pay the fees and tuition required for my education. Thankfully, due to the generosity of Mr. Arthur Waterman and the Helen Johns Foundation in the forms of fellowships and scholarships, I was able to pursue my dream and focus only on my research endeavors. I came to Texas Tech from Mexico, looking for a top-tier education, but at TTU, I found much more than that. At Texas Tech, I became part of TIE, a renowned scientific community that has allowed me to collaborate and network with scientists from different universities and countries that share the same passion and interest as me in environmental toxicology. It gave me the opportunity to occupy a leadership position in an important professional society at local and regional level. It allowed me to improve my science communication skills by participating in the 3-minute thesis competition when I was awarded more than once. And it also provided me with valuable knowledge and technical skills to provide high-quality research upon which environmental and human health policy decisions can be made. But what is more important is that along my career at Texas Tech and the 3 years that I have lived in Lubbock, Texas, I have met people, made friends, and shared memories inside and outside of Texas Tech that have had a great impact in my personal life. And those memories and friendships are something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. As an international student, I can tell that graduating from Texas Tech is a great honor and will definitely change my life forever. And for that, I would like to thank every single person that has been involved in my success, especially my parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad, this PhD is for you. To my fellow graduates and the class 2020, congratulations for reaching this milestone, despite the challenges that we have faced in the last couple of months. Graduating in the middle of a pandemic, surrounded with all the uncertainties and changes, is not the scenario that we wish to start our career. But that is something out of our control. What we can control is how we're going to react. And this is the moment to demonstrate that we are fearless and we are ready to strive for honor. So class 2020, go out there, pursue your dreams, and show everyone that from here it's possible.
Hello, my name is Rachel Gibbons, and I am honored to share this amazing moment with my fellow graduates. Graduating from Texas Tech University means many things for us as students. First, it is an achievement well worth celebration. After spending hours in a classroom, studying, working, and learning, we finally made it to the finish line. All of the stress and anxiety, meetings with professors, and perseverance through the unexpected situation the pandemic created has finally paid off for us. This is one of the biggest milestones we have collectively achieved as graduates of the class of 2020. Our class will not be remembered for what we have quote-unquote lost during the pandemic. We have reason to be joyful and celebrate everything we have gained. We gained an experience unique to us, and we gained new insight for our purpose and for our goals. In the face of adversity, we, the class of 2020, finished strongly and revealed a greater inner strength within us that will remain with us wherever we go. For some of us, it means we are ready to enter the workforce and proudly practice the skills, knowledge, and values Texas Tech has cultivated within us. For others, this is a stepping stone to go beyond and continue working for knowledge and experience through a higher professional degree. But for each and every single one of us, graduating from Texas Tech University means we are the image of what Texas Tech is capable of producing and forming in its students. Some of the core values we have learned together include integrity and perseverance in troubled times, as well as pride when we overcome and achieve our goals. Most importantly, Texas Tech taught us what it means to strive for honor. And with this, we have a special pride in our work and in our school. We are a unified student body, and our bond with one another lives on after graduation. Moving forward, we go out to spread the professional leadership skills the school has refined within us so that we can give back to Texas Tech and serve one another. I believe every single graduate from Texas Tech is a servant leader, and through this, we can show others what our school is all about. Graduating from Texas Tech is not the end for us. It is our obligation to represent the values, diversity, work ethic, and unity Texas Tech gave us to the wider population beyond our campus. We are proud to call ourselves Red Raiders because from this moment on, we are representatives of our university to the state of Texas, the United States of America, and the rest of the world. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Armando and Rachel. I would now like to introduce the Provost of Texas Tech University, Dr. Michael Gallion.
Degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed all requirements established by the university and the faculties of their colleges and departments. President Skubanek, the candidates are recommended to you for the conferring of their respective degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Texas Tech University, I confer upon each of you the degree for which the Provost has recommended you. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Also, at this time, those who have the official Texas Tech Alumni Association class ring may turn their rings outward. Congratulations.
We will now proceed with the recognition of individual graduates.
Thank you for choosing Texas Tech University to pursue your graduate education. No matter if you came from right here in Lubbock or another city in Texas, or from one of the other 50 U.S. states, or the other 100 countries from which our graduate students hail, you have enriched the fabric of our community. You're also an essential part of our community of scholars. You are the fuel that drives our research and innovation enterprise that makes Texas Tech not only one of the top research universities in the United States, but one of the top research universities in the world, the top 3% in the world to be exact. For example, total graduate enrollment at Texas Tech ranks in the top 10% of universities in the U.S. Our doctoral enrollment in science, technology, engineering, and math fields also ranks in the top 10%. And the number of doctoral degrees conferred ranks in the top 12%. But the graduate experience at Tech is about so much more than numbers and rankings. It's about you. You push the boundaries of human understanding. You engage in novel research or creative endeavors that will have a significant and lasting impact on society. And in so doing, you have become knowledgeable and thoughtful graduates who are prepared to tackle the complex challenges of the future. You are the future innovators, the future creators, the future leaders. You will enter and be a driving force in every sector of the modern knowledge-based economy, in universities and other educational institutions, private industry, government service, or in the nonprofit arena. Wherever you go, you will take a part of Tech with you. And by the same token, you will leave an indelible mark on Tech. Remember us fondly as we remember you, and know that you are always welcome to come back and visit. Congratulations, graduates.
On behalf of the faculty and staff in the Department of Kinesiology and Sport Management, we congratulate you on earning your degree today. Your dedication throughout the years has been outstanding. Your perseverance the past 2 months, remarkable. We all wish you every success.
Congratulations, Dr. Lale Asik, on your PhD in Applied Mathematics. We're very, very proud of you.
Congratulations, graduates. We're proud of you. Thanks for spending your last few years with us. Bear our banners far and wide.
Hola, soy Carmen Pereira Muro, Chair of the Department of Classical and Modern Languages and Literatures, and in the name of my department, I would like to congratulate you all on your achievement, especially those who study languages, because the world is yours. Go get it. Felicidades.
Congratulations to all the spring graduates from Jack Cooney, Rawls College of Business, Area of Finance. Go Tech.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Williamson. I'm the Dean of the College of Architecture here at Texas Tech. To all of you, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations. You've reached an extraordinary accomplishment. And for those of you that are graduates of the College of Architecture, who have reached this milestone in your academic career and are beginning your professional ones, approach it with the same imagination and creativity that you have during the time that you've been here. The world needs people of imagination and creativity now more than ever. Go change the world. Again, good luck and congratulations to you all.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Go out there and make a difference.
Hello, my name is Robert Ricketts. I'm the Director of the School of Accounting in the Rawls College of Business, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to say congratulations. We're very proud of you. We're not sure where you're going to go, but please know that wherever it is, we'll be rooting for you every step of the way. You'll always be a Red Raider, and I hope you'll always think of this place as home. Guns up.
This is Tim Knockin, Chair of the Department of Political Science. I know this isn't the way we'd planned to be together for graduation. However, this in no way detracts from your accomplishments. It makes them that much more impressive. You should be extremely proud of what you've done and know that we're proud of you as well. Congratulations, graduates.
We, the faculty, staff, and your friends, want to offer our heartfelt congratulations in recognition of this significant achievement in your life. While these are extraordinary times into which you have graduated, we know that you're up to the challenges ahead. In your research and studies, you have shown that you're innovative, creative, and importantly, persevering towards achieving your goals. You will be the group that helped lead this world into a more responsible and healthy future. Someone once stated that education is gleaning from people and books and laboratories, but it is more. Now your journey to discover what more actually means begins in your life. We wish you much success in the years ahead. Please keep in touch and come visit us. Best to you all.
Congratulations to the graduate students from the College of Human Sciences. Thank you for being part of our college family these past years, and we look forward to staying in touch with you. Go Tech.
Hi, I'm Brent Lindquist, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. All of us, faculty and staff, congratulate each one of you that's graduating today with a master's degree or doctorate. Well done. We wish you all good fortune in everything that you do.
I know this commencement is different than you were expecting, but completing everything this term demonstrates your flexibility and resiliency, and I know those characteristics will help you as you go forward in your career. Again, congratulations.
Hello everyone, my name is Jay Kisong. I'm the Area Coordinator of Information Systems and Quantitative Sciences. I am excited to reach out to you today. I know these are quite unusual circumstances, and we are immensely proud of your hard work and achievement. Congratulations on your well-deserved success.
I'm Margaret Williams, Dean of the Rawls College of Business. Congratulations to each of you for making it to this stage of your academic career. And an especially big shout out to those of you from Rawls. Go Tech!
Today's your reward for all the hard work, sacrifice, and fun associated with the college experience. You are the next generation of financial planning professionals. As professionals and leaders, you will improve and enhance the human condition. Be proud. You're graduates of Texas Tech University, the best in the nation. Congratulations. Thanks to your family. Guns up.
Texas Tech graduates of 2020, no doubt you are among the most resilient of all. Congratulations to a terrific accomplishment, and we cannot wait to see the impact that you make in the world. Strive for honor evermore.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. We are so proud of you. Your time for impact and change in the world is now, and there is no better time than now to embark upon your journey. Congrats, we are so excited for you and this next step.
Congratulations on earning your degree. I know that your friends and family are excited to see you start the next phase of your career. I'm confident that you will be fearless champions in your future endeavors. Recom Tech.
Congratulations on your graduations and best wishes at your next adventure.
I'm Claudia Cogleiser, Area Coordinator for the Area of Management in the Rawls College of Business. I am so proud of each of you for persevering this semester and finishing your degree. Congratulations to you and your families, and well done.
Graduate degrees are conferred to the graduate school upon recommendation by the graduate faculty. We will begin by recognizing those who have achieved the highest academic designation, a doctoral degree. These graduates have spent years studying, researching, and writing to create innovative work, and in that time they have formed close relationships with their home departments and faculty. By tradition, graduates are vested with the doctoral hood by their major professor, an honor for both the student and the professor, and signifies the completion of the graduate study here at Tech. We honor this tradition today by picturing the new graduate with their major professor. Following the recognition of our doctoral recipients, we will recognize those students who are receiving master's degrees.
Texas Tech University awards the Master of Science in Environmental Toxicology from the Graduate School to Miss Audrey Willis. Lyndon and Sarah Willis will accept the posthumous degree in their daughter's honor.
The banner bearer for the Graduate School is Dr. Jonathan E. Verbaten,
Pudding Professor Dr. Christopher Smith. Dr. Ann Uluwatson Musa, Pudding Professor Dr. Carlos Carpio. Dr. Sima Siami Namini, Pudding Professor Dr. Akbar Siami Namin. Dr. Nellie Lynn Hill, Pudding Professor Dr. Courtney Myers. Dr. Kelsey Morgan Opat, Pudding Professor Dr. Erica Earlbeck. Dr. Rosine Manishwe, Pudding Professor Dr. Guy Lonergan. Dr. Zachary Hinds, Pudding Professor Dr. Eric Hackett. Dr. Catherine Lindsay Radike, Pudding Professor Dr. Chuck West. Dr. Amid Rubio, Pudding Professor Dr. Scott Longing. Dr. M.D. Abu Saeed, Pudding Professor Dr. Brendan Kelly and Dr. Eric Hackett. Dr. Ganda Moses Zalue, Pudding Professor Dr. Katie Lewis. Dr. Saba Nafiz, Pudding Professor Dr. Sean Rice. Dr. Zachary Kirk Boswell, Pudding Professor Dr. Michael Latham. Dr. Abdul Malik, Pudding Professor Dr. Ye Mashref. Dr. Sarah Safei Hagini, Pudding Professor Dr. Michael Findlater. Dr. Babak Tamrusled, Pudding Professor Dr. Anthony Cozzolino. Dr. Brittany Elizabeth Blanchard, Pudding Professor Dr. Andrew Littlefield. Dr. Diana Mary Boone, Pudding Professor Dr. Jason Van Allen. Dr. Sarah Jo David, Pudding Professor Dr. Gregory Muma. Dr. Alexandra Blake Gibson, Pudding Professor Dr. Adam T. Schmidt. Dr. Leroy Hill, Pudding Professor Dr. Adam Schmidt. Dr. Mackenzie Leigh Hughes, Pudding Professor Dr. Catherine Epkins. Dr. Jenny Chong Hutchinson, Pudding Professor Dr. Adam Schmidt. Dr. Elizabeth Ortiz Gonzalez, Pudding Professor Dr. Brandy Pena Watson. Dr. Thomas John Parkman, Pudding Professor Dr. Jason Van Allen. Dr. Mukaddis Sarwar, Pudding Professor Dr. Stephen Richards. Dr. Emma Catherine Welch, Pudding Professor Dr. Gregory Muma. Dr. Mackenzie Joe Cordell, Pudding Professor Dr. Stephen Richards. Dr. Mandrila Das, Pudding Professor Dr. Stephen Richards. Dr. Emily Elise Estrada, Pudding Professor Dr. Sheila Garros. Dr. Ashley Jordan Mail Upunya Martinez, Pudding Professor Dr. Brandy Pena Watson. Dr. Brianne Nicole Olafson, Pudding Professor Dr. Robert Morgan. Dr. Margaret Ann Piper, Pudding Professor Dr. Sheila Garros. Dr. Omar Mohammed Alensi, Pudding Professor Dr. Tsihon Ma. Dr. Bernadette Vivian Russo, Pudding Professor Dr. Wyatt Phillips. Dr. Armando Elisdale Velasquez, Pudding Professor Dr. Jacqueline Cañas Carrel. Dr. Cassandra Lucia Henry, Pudding Professor Dr. Ronald Kendall. Dr. Rui Lui, Pudding Professor Dr. Paul Sylvester. Dr. Christopher Scott Trowbridge, Pudding Professor Dr. Ron Mila. Dr. Shaman Vanicia An Almeida, Pudding Professor, Dr. Razvan Gelka. Dr. Ahmed Belhad, Pudding Professor, Dr. Alex Trindade. Dr. Hewa Venskage Delini Sri Anfoneska, Pudding Professor, Dr. Angela Peace. Dr. M.D. Rashfil Islam, Pudding Professor, Dr. Angela Peace. Dr. Murian Densil Jawira Achige Don, Pudding Professor, Dr. Alexander U. Solnian. Dr. Kaniz Fatema Nipa, Pudding Professor, Dr. Linda Allen. Dr. Juan Kui, Pudding Professor, Dr. Leith Ellison. Dr. Belana Vaningscale Nadi Chatugraga Vindage, Pudding Professor, Dr. Alexander U. Solnian. Dr. James Parker Bassett, Pudding Professor, Dr. Tim Noken. Dr. Maria Sandina, Pudding Professor, Dr. Frank Thames. Dr. Gustova Costa, Pudding Professor, Dr. Antonio Ladira. Dr. Kimberly Katrina Fain, Pudding Professor, Dr. Kendall Gerdes. Dr. Angela Cabline McCauley, Pudding Professor, Dr. Lisa Phillips. Dr. Courtney Elizabeth Moore, Pudding Professor, Dr. Michael Ferris. Dr. Mark Sheely, Pudding Professor, Dr. Rebecca Rickley. Dr. Erica Mote Stone, Pudding Professor, Dr. Michael Ferris. Dr. Ricardo Eden Garza, Pudding Professor, Dr. Fernando Valle. Dr. Lashonda Renee Lewis, Pudding Professor, Dr. Alexander Weissman. Dr. Jonathan E. Martinez, Pudding Professor, Dr. Alexander Weissman. Dr. Dara A. Anderson, Pudding Professor, Dr. Dave Louie. Dr. Angela DeFon Dampier, Pudding Professor, Dr. Brian Hotchkins. Dr. Jaron David Scottis, Pudding Professor, Dr. Stephanie Jones. Dr. Tiha Konteka Cooks, Pudding Professor, Dr. Walter Smith. Dr. Kelly Denise Dyer, Pudding Professor, Dr. Gina Childers. Dr. Aaron Frank Hatterley, Pudding Professor, Dr. Jessica Gottlieb. Dr. Sherry Amanda Hyder, Pudding Professor, Dr. Doug Hammond. Dr. Natalie Latrice Parker Holloman, Pudding Professor, Dr. Faith Mina. Dr. Crystal Dale Rose, Pudding Professor, Dr. Aaron Zimmerman. Dr. Shona Rose, Pudding Professor, Dr. Melanie Leslie. Dr. Jasmine A. Greenwood, Pudding Professor, Dr. Joseph Claudette. Dr. Rachel Leandria Noggle, Pudding Professor, Dr. Joseph Claudette. Dr. Jennifer May Baker, Pudding Professor, Dr. Kamau Siwatu. Dr. Brooke Khalil Bell, Pudding Professor, Dr. Eugene Wong. Dr. Hu Chang Moon, Pudding Professor, Dr. John Pil Chun. Dr. Rosnya Robertson Flunder, Pudding Professor, Dr. Valerie Ostland Payton. Dr. Andrew Scott Harridge, Pudding Professor, Dr. Hugo Garcia. Dr. Mehmet Akif Sihan, Pudding Professor, Dr. Rona Pogrund. Dr. James Albert Higgs II, Pudding Professor, Dr. Jana Brendel. Dr. Cynthia Lackey, Pudding Professor, Dr. Jana Brendel. Dr. Heather Renee Munro, Pudding Professor, Dr. Rona Pogrund. Dr. Naria Atieno Obiero, Pudding Professor, Dr. Devender Banda. Dr. Julie Ann Karndheier, Pudding Professor, Dr. Cameron Brown. Dr. Lindsay Georgiana Hawkins, Pudding Professor, Dr. Cameron Brown. Dr. Natira Desiree Mullet, Pudding Professor, Dr. Cameron Brown. Dr. Sydney Alexandra Schlieden, Pudding Professor, Dr. Christy Solosky. Dr. Rachel Lynn Schittel, Pudding Professor, Dr. Karen Alexander. Dr. Ahmed R. Giraba, Pudding Professor, Dr. Patty Deboyotti. Dr. Yasaman Jamshiandni, Pudding Professor, Dr. Wilna Olwage Theron. Dr. Upsana Mukherjee, Pudding Professor, Dr. Wilna Olwage Theron. Dr. Bon T. Nguyen, Pudding Professor, Dr. Mary Murimi. Dr. Shasiska Harshani Yarstin Udawate Gedara, Pudding Professor, Dr. Naimi Mustaid Musa. Dr. Mark Aaron Lee Evers, Pudding Professor, Dr. Charlene Kalenkowski. Dr. Yi Louis, Pudding Professor, Dr. Russell James and Dr. Michael Gulimet. Dr. Ying Yang, Pudding Professor, Dr. Russell James. Dr. Oluswi Adigobola, Pudding Professor, Dr. Weiwu Zhang. Dr. Janice Kim Cho, Pudding Professor, Dr. Jenna Lefneri. Dr. Dinesh Sundaradivuli Devarajan, Pudding Professor, Dr. Rajesh Kare. Dr. Electra Dingyanki, Pudding Professor, Dr. Danny Reibel. Dr. Moteri Sharji, Pudding Professor, Dr. Akbar Siami Namin. Dr. Hong Lung Nguyen, Pudding Professor, Dr. Fang Jin. Dr. Sonali Sen Baidya, Pudding Professor, Dr. Ratikon Hewitt. Dr. Zezung Zhen, Pudding Professor, Dr. Akbar Siami Namin. Dr. Sharif Tafuke Atike, Pudding Professor, Dr. Stephen Bain. Dr. Benedict Esser, Pudding Professor, Dr. Andres Neuber. Dr. Samuel Joseph Grenadier, Pudding Professor, Dr. Haojing Zhang. Dr. Qingzhen Wang, Pudding Professor, Dr. Hongjing Zhang and Jingju Lin. Dr. Maryam Keshsari, Pudding Professor, Dr. Brian A. Norman. Dr. Amrishorin Koneslu. Dr. Shamirima Marhabin, Pudding Professor, Dr. Zhong Sao Tan. Dr. Mohammad Hossein Sadidi, Pudding Professor, Dr. Milton Smith. Dr. Dislan Kamtrunanga Surnichanchi, Pudding Professor, Dr. George Tan. Dr. Hui Wang. Pudding Professor, Dr. Weilong Chong. Dr. Yinji Cao. Pudding Professor, Dr. George Tan. Dr. Christopher Thomas Green. Pudding Professor, Dr. Burak Aksan. Dr. Ali Kodyarbavil. Pudding Professor, Dr. Youngju Kim. Dr. A.L.M. Sanka Lianje. Pudding Professor, Dr. Jordan Berg. Dr. Ryan Isam O'Khalil. Pudding Professor, Dr. Hossein Ahmadi. Dr. Marco Dojic. Pudding Professor, Dr. Milton Smith. Dr. Peter Y. Jean. Pudding Professor, Dr. Mario Berovides. Dr. Olfunke Olfumni Olameji. Pudding Professor, Dr. Jennifer Cross. Dr. Nasanchi Ozama Menkiti. Pudding Professor, Dr. Carlos Aranzo Portillo. Dr. Luis Fernando Rayo. Pudding Professor, Dr. Tatiana Mann. Dr. Gregory Patrick Salikis. Pudding Professor, Dr. Lisa Rogers. Dr. Elizabeth Ashley West Davis. Pudding Professor, Dr. Rebecca Hayes. Dr. Kunyan Jo. Pudding Professor, Dr. Christopher Smith. Dr. Jared Timothy Stanley. Pudding Professor, Dr. Heather Warren Crow. Dr. Excel Michael Haonga. Pudding Professor, Dr. Jacqueline Henniger. Dr. Mengsi Chen. Pudding Professor, Dr. Jack Cooney. Dr. Timothy Jun Kaskela. Pudding Professor, Dr. Jackie Zong. Dr. Mohammed Abdulhaman Abnur Muhammad. Pudding Professor, Dr. Hans Hansen. Dr. Lori Leigh Tribble. Pudding Professor, Dr. Tig Payne. Dr. Yingju Yu. Pudding Professor, Dr. Fred Davis.
Manuel de Jesus Garcia Choclin. Brittany Shea Allerkamp. Clayton Stanford. Alexandria Tatum. Pablo Sebastian Lamino Jaramillo. Laura Abigail Whipple. Maria Luisa Kuhn Celestino. Paulo Roberto Menta Jr. Andrea Marcela Osorio Doblado. Miranda K. Stotts. Mohammed Tajim Hossein. Jessica Erin Hallman. Yingbo Zhang. Kalechi Chisholm Chigbu. Wesley Allen McGlory. Rosalie Perez. Darby Deanne Roach. Win Win. Rebecca Marie Trammell. Roberto Juan de la Rosa. Bethany Denise Moore. Melissa Marie Thompson. Claudia Schumann. Jordan Bryce Botello. Pablo Cesar Hernandez Borges. Amber Jean Benet. Becca Kirsten Bergquist. Antonio Francisco Pagan Silberman. Hasni Talat Mahal, Hirdoy Rakin Haq, Mary Kelly, Aaron Joseph Menner, Risa McNellis, Yerith Castro, Yingja Lee, Valerie Christine Toole, Sairi Charlene Virgo, Mohammed Wasim Akram, Sergio Baez Lugo, Caitlin N. Myers, Lizette Jaylin Calzada, Stephanie Marie Siao, William Jordan Travis, Shan Zhu, Sarah Catherine Scott, Sarah Paige Bell, Whitney Ariel Brooks, Concepcion Camargo, Samantha Nicole Kokritz, Sarah Ashley McClasson, Kendall Okosun, Brittany Nicole Prior, Crystal Gail Ramirez, Melissa Walls, Michael Carl Wilson, Ellison Luis Adcock, Monahan Castro Augusto, Alish Allen III, Araceli Morales Arriga, Drew Austin, Sarah Barlow, Becky Nicole Beatty, Joni Denise Bennett, Amy Carrasco, Ashley Sue Carthel, Vanessa Marie Catano, Kelsey Clary, Christine Clemson, Andrew Zaya Corpus, Brenda Magali Davia, Tanesra Nicole Dixon, Leanna Alicia Garcia, Victoria Felicia Graham, Matthew Mark Hansen, Maurice Charles Harvey, Sydney Bailey Hertel, Christina Jameson, Jody Lynn Jones, Napoleon Leva, Amanda Ann Lowe, Lisa Gomez Morales, Looney Dominique Odell Nelson, Amanda Delynn Nichols, Jordan Blake Nichols, Alana Danielle Pedicini, Ingrid Peter, Ambra Chantel Phillips, Junelle Pertle, Amelia Rezendiz, Sonia Latrice Shepard, Lindsay Laureen Sobahatrad, Cassandra Lynn Torres, Ashley Michelle Venable, Kristen Linnea Webb, Manemi Afia Nyambi Bolton, Jordan Philip Cox, Hyunjin Shim, Mason Ronald Barker, Ronaldo Castilleja, Tatiana Gabriel Cortez, Brenda Alvarado Fernandez, Rogelio Ortiz, Sharon Castillo Gonzalez, Sarah Henley, Doris Siobhan Herford, Lena L. Hooker, Katie Elizabeth King, Timothy Matthew Miller, Lisa Paige Moore, Alyssa Marie Overby, Brianna Hope Sanchez, Kristen Nicole Silva, Melissa L. Arnold, Leslie Jelaine Boren, Jordan Lee Smith, Irina Artemyeva, Laura Belmonte, Estefania Cantu, Sonia Castro, Melissa Marie Chandler, Jody M. Davis, Kimberly Dawn Encarnacion, Darlene A. Erickson, Violetta Espinoza, Amanda Faith Fowler, Brenda Ann Glover, Michelle Haproff, Emily Elise Hebert, Victoria Heck, Vincent Tomoy Inatomi, Beverly Marie Jackson, Jacqueline Landa Jackson, Rebecca McFadden Jones, Kendra Leanne Kasner, Shonda Joanne Kratchka, Brandy R. Kiles, Julianne Lemon, Jacqueline Hope Martin, Myra Alyssa Mata, Lori Caroline Means, Kelly Meredith, Shelby Ann Metzler, Danny Paige O'Neill, Ashlyn K. Pape, Amber Nicole Poe, Haley Pollard, Jamie Nicole Proctor, Chelsea Jorda Schumacher, Kaylee Levon Stacy, Hannah Noel Streitmatter, Victoria Lauren Trammell, Caitlin E. Walker, Brooke Ray Warner, Deania Wendt, Whitney Elizabeth Zielinski, Lauren Emily Andrews, Kelsey Lee Austin, Laura Rose Eichenberger, Miranda Marie Garcia, Michaela Laurie Gregory, William Patrick Johnson, Ashley Lauren Manali, Clover Lynn Noel, Lorena Posadas, Daniel Mark Sanders, Melissa Ann Silva, Zachary R. Trevino, Ashley Rose Marino, Hamed Yakita, Kaylin James Morrison, Tiffany M. Smith, Deidre Stratton, Sonia Ray Baca, Marjorie Ann Craven, Brady Arthur Davis, Katrina Joanna Gonzalez, Elizabeth Paige Hurdle, Eric David Millman, Marissa R. Ramos, David Ryan Hankins, Anna Catherine Luis Glassman, Selena Yvette Madrigal, Anna Alicia Perez Rumer, Caitlin Renee Roden, Cameron Parker Smith, Kennedy Arania Reyes, Garrett Settles, Hafiz Muhammad Amir, Andrea Isabel Riano, Shubham Danyan, Jake Grant Gonzalez, Pratyush Kotla, Nyat Hong Lee, Kavya Sri Nalabothula, Zore Safari, Nandini Deb Tumpa, Pedro Emmanuel Gonzalez Cruz, Thong Kwok Lee, Mohammed Mesbah Udin, Sidhesh Sudhir Ambure, Rose Rezvene Gahsemi, Tyler Heitman, Ghazal Mohammadi, Taslim Rahman Anupam, Bainam Askarani, Saleha Fatima, Mohammed Mahmoudul Hassan, Tyler Wayne Klein, Priyanka Bhushan Lore, Shadguna Mutyala, Daniel F. Rodriguez, Fatimasad Tabai, Harun Sarshad, Connor Stevens Atnip, Elizabeth Burnett, Clinton Ryan Davis, Trong Quang Din, Samuel Logan Godinez, Yeonjin Jung, Jonathan Clark Maruch Smith, Jayathi Kure, Marquis Jungling, Lindsay Ann Livoni, Megan Jill Samsela Ostrandka, Eric Michael Richard, Shanara Denise Weathersby, Emily Balk, Roxanne Buchanan, Joseph B. Cool, Kristen Ashley Wolf, Lakeitha Kinnett Duncan, Trenton Lamar Davis, Deborah Thames Sider, Heather Elizabeth Bolin, Jose G. Garcia, Marvin Noel Garduno, Kimberly Lynn Gonzalez, Akesha N. Haley, Christopher Michael Kirby, Andrew Tatsuji Krupski, Julian William Luke, Gabriel Alejandro Molina, Kendall Elaine Newman, Allison Elaine Spezial, Zachary Desmond Steele, Daniel Scott Timmerman, Diana Araceli Trevino, Ashley Marie Aguilar, Kieran Karim Ali, Zuliat Abasola Ali, Cristobal Baez, Ni Bao, Lucy Denise Barnes Moten, Erica Nicole Beeman Olaskoga, Jonathan Benavides, Thomas Gerard Benavides, John Christian Bruce, Stephanie Blee, Lazaro Javier Calderon, Tiffany Alexandria Cavazos, John Jackson Clifton, Jarrett Wayne Coperanham, Travis Lee Cox, Rin Z. Day, Dallas Taylor Dunn, Chase Logan Duran Williford, Christina Louise Eckert, Leola Lalita Echo, Connor Estes, Joseph Riley Flores, Christine Garcia, Melanie Gassan Gazawi, Marcus Daniel Gonzalez, Daniel Edwin Hayward, Scott Allen Henches, Young Yak Hong, Albin Abraham John, Abdurrahman Fayez Karbat, Ranger Harris Kyle, Vishal Condor, Mercedes Isabel Yanis, Christopher Ledane, Angelo Mariano, Harrison Dean Marsh, Jared Thomas Mellinger, Lois Mendez, Kate Elisa Morales, Anna C. Murillo Madera, Michael Nakanabi Bello, Mike Umba Natabawi, Chizzy Esther Agbanya III, Valerie Ansuarez Ghana, Andrea Lucinda Paris, Niraj Patel, Kaylee Doris Kerner, Gerardo Quinones, Adam Royce Rampy, Rochelle V. Randalls, Sylvia Rangel, Rose M. Reyes, Shonda Michelle Rogers, Stephen Steele Rossetti, Stephen William Skalski, Susan Sarafali Shirali, Arham Siddiqui, Sydney T. Snuggs, Rebecca J. Stark, Christopher J. Thompson, Kayla Odin Torres, Mark Joseph Tozy, Philip Michael Trevino, Viren Jitendra Vasadani, Tyler Glenn West, Paige Larissa Wiley, Dennis Mu Chisa, William Ojong, Taylor Darius Williams, Azar Hamidi, Afemina Christina Ogilo, Abigail Ann Curazal, Frank Cox Coates, Catherine Nicole Conley, Matthew Lewis DeMott, Kanachukwa James Akwuimi, Bryce Austin Faison, Crystal Flores, Christopher Nolan Francis, Amanda Savannah Gentile, Timothy Donovan Gilliam II, Audrey Jade Green, Travis James Hall, Chien Thai Jean Hong, Kendra N. Hurley, Gavin Christopher Jones, Emily Madison Koch, Daniel Arturo Laredo, Victoria Madrid, Kent Ian Pierce, Mitchell Pollen, Jackson Perez Powell, Sheikh Zaid Rahman, Kendall Rhodes, Michael Rousseau, Samantha Kayleen Thompson, Jarrett O'Keefe Villery, Jackson Moore Young, Madison Blankenship, Cassandra Ruth Munell, Nishari Renee McClure, Cody Brent Francis.
Congratulations to all graduates. In an effort to keep all of you connected Each undergraduate will receive a complimentary one-year membership to the Texas Tech Alumni Association, made possible by the Office of the President, and a one-year membership to the Red Raider Club, made possible by a generous gift from George and Linda McMahon.
It all began with the first loud and proud graduates of Texas Tech. Those dreamers and trailblazers had a vision to create an organization that would serve as a connection for alumni to one another and to the school they loved so dearly. A vision to give back by supporting the next generation and help the university continue to grow and strive. That vision for the Texas Tech Alumni Association has never changed. We represent more than 200,000 alumni across the world. No matter what you do or where your life takes you, you're part of the loud and proud alumni of Texas Tech. You're one of us.
The final regular season Saturday in the Big 12, and a lot still on the line.
In 2 straight years, it's going to be a fun night here in the Hub City for the boys in the black and red.
Graduates, as we come to the end of this commencement exercise, I appreciate the opportunity to again offer my personal congratulations. You should know that the Texas Tech University community is proud of you, just as are your parents, loved ones, and friends. And I know you join with me in acknowledging and thanking them for all they have done to help you get to this important point in your life. The contributions of our faculty and staff have also been an essential part of your educational experience, and I join with you in acknowledging the important role they have played in your educational and personal development while at Texas Tech University. You've changed and grown during the time you've been at Texas Tech, but you've made a difference in Texas Tech as well. You've impacted the lives of your classmates, some of whom will be among your best friends for the rest of your life. Your personal successes and achievements have and will continue to elevate the reputation of our university. With your talents, your Texas Tech education, and the persistence you've displayed in earning your degree, you are well positioned to succeed. But your ultimate success in life is not determined by what you know today, but rather by what you continue to learn and how you continue to grow, both professionally and personally. Be a lifelong learner. Nurture your intellectual curiosity. Be committed to your family, to your friends, to your community, and to causes that make a difference in this world. You reveal your Red Raider character from the commitments you make. Strive for honor evermore. That is an essential part of what Texas Tech is about. And because you are Red Raiders, there is an expectation that you will change the world for the better. We know that you will add to that legacy. Remember that Texas Tech University will always be your home, and friendships made here will always be a part of your life. Stay connected to Texas Tech. Your university will be the better for it. Return to campus when you can, and tell the world with pride that you are a Red Raider. To the class of August 2020, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for success. And always, go Tech. And now, let's join in the singing in the Matador song, which will be led by the 2019-2020 University Choir.